Right then, folks. I don't know how much of the story you're going to know at this point, but suffice to say, I killed the upcoming 2 bosses in an interesting fight, but I didn't draw the summon that I wanted from them, because I forgot, because I'm playing and talking and distracted and things. So I've just replayed this section again, and we're going to go forward and draw Pandemona this time. And I think I'm going to show you the previous stuff, because I was, doing silly impressions, and it was my first responses to it from playing this game in a couple of weeks, so it was all fresh and new, and I don't want to go back over it and be fake and things, because it's just not as fun. So I'm going to skip the dialogue. Fujin and Rajin were the captains. They want to liberate Balam. They're looking for a loan, and we're about to fight Rajin with 2 soldiers. And on the first fight, which hopefully you'll see, I killed everybody but Zell to get the experience, and there was no experience, so this is a boss fight. And the music should have told me that this is a boss fight, because this is the boss music, but I'm so paranoid that I'm going to mess it up, and I don't want to. So I would rather be safe than sorry was the notion that I took. And it should be good. What have we got? Ooh. Do some Renzo Kukens for some massive damage. A normal attack would have killed that guy. Only one. But when I do it this way, it allows me to draw some stuff from him. I'm going to draw Shell, because it doesn't seem to be one of the spells that I've got that much of. So, logic dictates we'll grab some of those. In fact, if I was playing, to really optimize, I'd probably draw from this guy until I had 100 of everything. But as I've already mentioned, it's not the funny stuff to watch, and this is about fun. I can play this game anytime. It's one of my all-time favourite games. And when I buy a PSP, which I'm thinking about doing, I'm probably going to get it cracked so that I can have, the PlayStation emulators on there, and I'll always have them in my pocket, these games that I adore so much. And before anybody's like, oh, you can't crack a PSP, it's illegal, it's this, it's that, it's like, that's my phone. My phone always goes off. Before anybody even goes that route, I have bought this game. I have 4 copies of this, disc form, on my shelf. I have the digital version on this, and I bought the PC version. So, I have bought this game 1,000 times, or 6 times or something, but that's still enough to warrant being able to get me a free version without everybody, saying, stop being a dirty, dirty pirate. But see, no experience. 2 potions and a strength up. And I'm going to do something that I wish I didn't have to, guys, but I've just had the window open to air the room, and it's affected my nose a little bit, so I'm going to do the most awful sounding blow of my nose, so get ready to mute or turn the volume down now. And if I spot that in post, I'll try and remove it, guys. So let's see what the text said anyway. You didn't get in for the beta, that's sucky. So that's my girlfriend saying something which is kind of sad. If anybody doesn't know, the beta codes were supposed to be handed out yesterday for the EU version, and I didn't get one. And then there was the stuff all over the internet that people had already posted the codes because the codes were universal. So regardless of whether or not you were going to get an email saying you were in the beta, your place had already been taken by the people that saw the online thread and put in the code. So the so-called closed beta was already full before most people had a chance to try, which is absolutely disgusting and unforgivable from FromSoft. And I'm just sad that I didn't get a chance to play. And it's kind of funny that they're going off this first come first served basis when I downloaded that beta ticket registration before it had even 100 likes. So I was the very first echelon of people downloading that ticket, and in the end it didn't mean a single fucking thing. So yeah, really pissed off about that, but I get to play Dark Souls 2 in 2 days anyway. I just wanted to play the beta, and I wanted to be part of it, and I didn't. So nothing much I can say on that, guys, but fuck From Software. Bunch of goddamn racists. Right, who the hell has this? She does. Pandemona. If you didn't know, limit breaks will always take precedence over other attacks. Sometimes they don't take precedence over boss attacks, but that is extremely rare. Like you'll notice on the other fight we had, Fujin got to talk. That took precedence over my limit break for some reason, and I've never seen that before. I'm not entirely too sure how that works, but there's Pandemona, anyhow. There's me drawing something completely unnecessary, but I wanted to do it, and this is Squall dying. No? Thank God. Why is it frozen? Because she's getting attacked. That's bullshit. This is Squall dying. Oh, good job, Squall. Now smack him back. Now kill her. It'd be nice if you could pick your target when you're doing this, like go back and forth. Blasting zone again, was it? It is. Nice. But I really like this mechanic of risk-reward in Final Fantasy VIII. Sure, it can trivialize and make the game much easier when it's exploited, but it's still a cool feature to be able to do. And Kingdom Hearts 365 Days Point 2.5 X-Boons of Clay Fighter 64 has a very similar mechanic. The only difference in that game, oh shit, it's super clunky to do, and thus awkward. Wonder how much life she's got. We know she doesn't have enough to take too much. But I did miss like 2 seconds of this from not realising that I was doing this. And circle X. Up and down. Like this limit break, if you get good at cycling this limit break, it is so powerful. And there's actually a name for doing this, for doing like small cycles of really fast attacks that build up damage incredibly quick. I think it's called like Armageddon Fist or something. And I didn't know this until when I started this playthrough and I was looking on a forum. I was looking on the wiki, sorry, and I was looking into... They kept mentioning this move, using Armageddon Fist as Zell, and I was like, I don't remember ever using Armageddon Fist as Zell. How can I not know this? And then when I looked into it, it turns out what I was doing from being a kid is that move. It's the strategy of farming his quick attacks to do wicked amounts of damage. Wow, that was a lot of stuff. Megalixirs, APs, ring dings. That was a successful fight, and there is Pandemona. Giant lung cancer purple dude. A really strange looking Guardian Force. Are the two of you taking orders from the sorceress? Negative. We work for a cipher, yeah? The sorceress has nothing to do with us, you know. We're acting on our own. We follow Sifa, bro. We're always on Sifa's side. He's like our big dog. He's like Snoop Dogg before he became Snoop Lion and made that documentary when he went to Jamaica and... What the fuck was he doing there? Snoop Dogg finding his path, dog. Too many dogs, like a dog hound in here. Sifa wouldn't have a posse, you know? Forget about it. If you guys stand behind him that much, tell him to stop this fucking nonsense, man. This is bullshit. Affirmative. We're behind Sifa all the way, you know? I don't know. Could you please tell me more? Do you care to elaborate? I guess that's how it goes. That's what comrades are all about. It's all about channeling your inner Russian, drinking vodka and dancing with your lower half. Oh, Fujin. Makes me wonder if Fujin loves Rajin. Because it's one of those those playground mentality relationships of you kind of bully the person that you like because you're too young to be able to cognitize what the feelings are, so they come out in a really, juvenile and childish manner of antagonizing people, really. I'm not too sure if I ever did that. I know I stroked the hair of a girl that I liked when we were being told a story at story time in baby school. And she kind of turned around and asked if we wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and I said yes, and that was it. Just, more innocent times back then. Paedophiles weren't across the news and we weren't fearing white vans. Can we maybe go to Trebia Garden? It's like in the mountains, so maybe the sorceress would leave it alone. But I thought it was destroyed by a missile. That's why she wants to see it, Squall. Our next destination is Trebia Garden, and there is a ton of plot points that are going to come through that's going to help explain why we don't remember certain things and the bond that these characters have. So we're going to try to get Quistis to play cards with us again, and all she keeps doing is talking. So let's play Zoo. Let's smash Zoo a couple times, and then we'll go and rest in bed, and hopefully Quistis will come and introduce us to Handjob City. Right. Look at them cards, man. Fucking XM, Ultima, King Tombury, Iron Giant, and Jim, as I call him. Good old Jim. So that 8 is worrying. No, actually, that's fine, because if he does waste the Ultima, or she wastes the Ultima to kill the Zell, Ultima's dead. But then whenever I put there, he's dead. Damn it! My cards are notoriously weak on the left-hand front. I'm going to have to change that through acquisitions. But... wow. That is a very strange move. I have no idea what this card gives you. I bet it gives you an X potion. They all give you X potions. And you might be thinking, wow, X potions are pretty good. And they are. But at the end of the game, I'm going to be refining Bahamut card that gets me 100 megalixirs, so I'm not going to really need healing. Like, healing is not a strategy that I ever really use, because my team usually is so efficient at damage racing that healing is secondary and thus not needed. There are exceptions to this rule in the weapon fights. Healing sometimes... Ooh, she does have a card. She's got Carbuncle. Which means we now have Carbuncle. It's not a great card, but it's a GF card. Well, I wish the A and the A and the 8 were swapped, because then I could bait him and steal him, but such is not the game we're playing. This is interesting. Bait the Quistis card to hit him with the Sifa. He didn't fall for it at all. I suppose you could say that's good play. Just can't flip it, and he knows. She knows. But we got what we wanted. Namely, those two. One step closer to getting that elusive Doom Train. And we'll play it one more time, just for good luck. I'm a fan of this school, though. There's some pretty, pretty nice-looking women, or pretty nice-looking girls playing a card game really efficiently. Hang on here. Now, fuck you. Ooh, interesting. Elastoids. And I mean, if Elastoids and Elnoils, which are two cards that if you're looking for Lionheart early on, are really useful to grab. But there's a trick for that Elnoil later on in the game. Obviously, if you're trying to get him on disc 1, then that trick's useless to you. So strange. I don't understand the motivation for that. I know they can flip it back, but still, it's a weird play. But it's okay, because we've drawn and there's a sudden death rule, which is going to mean that I might lose through fucking sheer attrition. I know, we're good. I hate passive players. Get aggressive. Get foolish. She's playing the exact same opening hand. Fuck you and your opening hand. Ah, you can't flip that behemoth. The behemoth. Grab a prototype guy, the mobile type 8, or... I can't remember it refining into anything good, but there you go. I'll grab it anyway. So we've got the new Carbuncle card and a couple of stragglers. We can now go forth and hopefully beat the king. Let's talk to her one last time. Selfie trying hard to act cheerful. Selfie, selfie this, selfie that. Very nice. She's got very good reason to be sad, but not that sad. We have a good reason to be sad too, because Trebia Garden has some shit rules, and there's a card we need there, because Selfie's best friend has the selfie card. And we're going to be picking that one up on our journey, amongst the exposition dump that's about to occur. Then we're going to be going back to the orphanage, which is great because that means we can then pick up the Adia card, I believe, off of Adia, which is a powerful card. That is a AA card on two sides, which are actually useful rather than useless. Yeah, defensively and offensively, she's one of the most powerful cards for attacking a certain direction. Oh, look at Zell. Always working out. Always on his toes. I think he's got a little fan. Kind of awkward, really. Like a Lolita complex. A love story with a child. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Yes, there is. I'm glad they don't make you do that corridor again. Still not triggering it. What the fuck am I doing wrong? Try saving again and hitting the rest point. And the thing that sucks the most about this is there's going to be a half a dozen people, and I'm talking to another save point, shit. There's going to be a half dozen people saying, you've got to do this to get this, you've got to do this and this and this, it's so simple, it's obvious, and it's like, yeah, but I forgot. And I'm not going to see all the people telling me what I should have done until maybe 20 parts later. So that's the thing that sucks with the way I make YouTube videos. Like, I do them in sessions, in big sessions. Like, most of my guides that you see are done in one session. Some of the commentary is not done in one session because it's harder to commentate nowadays. I've done it a lot, I've spoken a lot of things, and I feel like I'm not necessarily getting stale, but saying a lot of the same things. And when I feel like I'm saying that, it makes me not want to say anything, so it definitely makes the talking part a lot harder than it used to be. Even though I'm a lot better at it, it's kind of a very strange paradox. Doesn't make sense, you know. I'm the most comfortable at commentating I've ever been, yet I feel like I have nothing to say. Who have we not beaten? wonder if we have to beat that Joker guy. I'm sure we played Joker. I'm almost certain we played him. But we'll go to Trabia. We'll get the card off of Selfie's best friend. That was the clip on my headphones coming loose as I stretched for my goddamn mouse. I've changed my mic settings as well on this video, guys, because on the last session I did, I changed it to the one you would use to record a band in a room, and it picked up my computer's fans so much more than it did on the other setting. And it's one of those white noise things where you don't really notice it when the video's playing, but if you're using really good headphones or if you're just quite sensitive to sound, you'll definitely spot it. And it's one of those things where once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And it sucks because, you know, I've got a loud computer and I'm in a setup that's not ideal to dampen that noise. But the cool thing about having problems with your quality is that they can always be improved upon. You can always feel like you're progressing. So even though I do feel a little bit down on my YouTube channel at the moment because I feel like I'm not really going anywhere, I can still, as a person and as a content producer, take pride and confidence in the fact that I can improve things and I can keep building on things, and, you know, hopefully eventually that will change. So I've got a good idea where this is. This is also very close to Shumi Village, so we could visit Shumi Village, but once again there is fuck all in Shumi Village. There really is not much at all. I forget how you move camera. It used to be R1, didn't it? R1, R2? No, it's kind of moving by itself. So the garden should be... This is weird, because the controls are different. And you might be wondering, what do you mean different? Well, I've been playing this game, or I had been, on the actual PS2. Because I'm a baller like that. Does it actually show up on the map when we do this? There we go. I'm miles off. But it is in some sneaky corners, so you've got to be careful sometimes. It's... I'm sure R1 and R2 normally move the camera, but they're not doing shit on this. That's strange. Like, the right analog don't move it. Weird. I believe it's a left turn here. And you're going to spot it because it looks a mess. It's there, do you see it just behind the mountain? It's a mess, unfortunately. Because it got hit by those missiles. But we're going to be hitting Trabia Garden probably in the next video.